Our Stories in a Suitcase project looks to capture the untold experiences and history of our local elders, in particular from the Bangladeshi community in Bradford. This project focuses on key experiences, challenges faced by our older people in the 1950s and 1960s on a number of key topics.
I came in 1978, 30 October in here. That time I was living in a Cornwall place in a share house. I got a 2-bedroom.
So I had no mosques to go to, I had no families to visit. So we were just by ourselves. So there was quite a bit of loneliness, but there was a lot of my own family. We made our own social contacts.
Accommodation is my husband get a house before I came to England. He's got his own house. We stay there, and is nobody. Is a 3-bedroom house, and 1 front room, 1 dining room, 1 kitchen, and fire. That time was in a single heating, just coal fire. We used the coal fire.
I was very lonely because there was nobody of my family who are in UK.
কাজে আমার একটু যোগাযোগ ছিল অন্যরকম আর কি, যে এই আর কি, তো ওই একমাত্র চিঠি ছাড়া আর কিছু ছিল না।
At that time, there were mosques. The first mosque was, I think, on Howard Street. And as far as the Bangladeshi community is concerned, again, I think that was opened by the Bangladeshi, and it was initially managed by Bangladeshi community. Later on, that was taken over by the Pakistani communities. We then had our own mosque at 40 Cornwall Road. In fact, that was our house.
তা আনবিয়ারেবল, তবু আমাদের যাইতে, আমরা তো কোথাও যাইতে পারি না, দেশেও যাইতে পারি না, এখানেও থাকতে তো হবেই, তো সেইভাবে আমরা চলছি আর কি, তো থাকতে হয়েছে।
You always went to cinema every week, and there was loads. There used to be one in the Arcadian cinema, there was one Tower Cinema, there was one on Manigam Lane, Isoldo, and they used to be completely full.
Some of my very close friends joined the war. My best friend Mukut, he went to war, became a guerrilla fighter, and he was killed. Lavlu, Sadek, other friends, they've come back, survived. So basically, whole family was engaged in liberation war. We supported it. We wanted independence.
That was very personal. I was in Bangladesh that time because before the war started, I had in my mind, I had a belief that this country is going to be independent. I want to stay independent country, not anymore. So, it's called East Pakistan.
In that time, I was in Bradford, and when we heard that struggle, what was happening in Bangladesh, we formed a organization in Bradford. We called it Bangladesh Popular Front for the Liberation of Bangladesh, and we worked in association with Justice Abu Said Chowdhury, who was our leader in London.
We were youngsters at that time. We got involved. We wanted to go to India to join the liberation campaign, but Justice Chowdhury at that time was leading the campaign in the country, prevented us, told us, you can help us by fundraising, and have many ways to support the liberation campaign, which we did.
We collected funds. We went to London in many demonstrations, and we also demonstrated in Bradford. I came to Bradford in 1956. At that time, there was only 2 halal shops in Bradford. One is in Neil Street and one was in Lam Lane. And only meat you could buy halal from those shops.
Those who wanted to eat halal food, they had it, they found it. And people bought, that live chickens from the chicken farms, and that, they slaughter it halal way. And for the whole week, they got the chickens for the whole weekend. They went there and cooked it for the whole week and ate it, no problem.
The diet was terrible. All we had was red meat. Because it was largely single men. They work in 6 days. Some people even work 7 days a week. The diet only consisted of red meat and rice. And I don't think many men were able to cook fish curries or any other curries.
The only one to cut the cook cheap the chicken, meat, could be some fish, vegetables they used to cook. 1 or 2 items they cooked,
আমরা কোনো হালাল মাংস পাইছি না। অনেক সময় আমরা যে কর্ন বিফ ছিল টিনের ওগুলা খাইতাম। যে তাদের লামলেনে একটা দোকান ছিল, সেই দোকানে মাংস বিক্রি হতো আর কি। আমরা সেখান থেকে মাংস কিনে আনতাম। আর যারা মুরগি খাইতে চাইতো তাহলে ফার্মে যে মুরগি জব করে নিয়ে আসতো, অথবা ঘরে মুরগি আনা নিজেরা জব করতো।
আমি 62 ডিসেম্বর আইসি। এরপরের দিন আসলাম, আমার মামা আসিল পিল স্কোয়ার 38 পিল স্কোয়ার তারা থাকতা। এখন ইকানো আওয়ার পরে তো পয়লা দিন তো তারা খাবাইলা, আমার কিমাঘাটি খাবাইলা। আর আমি সারপ্রাইজ যে এই জিনিসটা কি লইল, আমার দেশে তো এইটা আসিল না। যে আমার মামায় রং করা বাইটা ফোনার খারি কিমা হারি খাইলাম, ওর একটু ভালো লাগছে।
The bed I was there, I had to share with somebody, and he worked in the daytime, so he slept in the night time, and I worked in the factory night shift, so that that when he was sleeping I was working.
At that time we didn't have a place to go for a shower. We used to walk from here to about 5 miles to get a shower and bathhouse in there.
Living accommodation, I arrived in a terrace house, back-to-back terrace house, right? And which didn't have inside toilet. There was outside toilet, no central heating. Right? There was charcoal heat and a heater, and in bedroom is similarly. But often we used to take hot water bottle, right, before we go to bed and all that, right?
And I think that the whole objective was to earn enough and then go back and resettle into Bangladesh again. Obviously that never happened. But yeah, it was quite chronic, it was overcrowding.
When I came to Bradford, by that time it was 1984, so I had a bit of money in my pocket, so I could buy a house which I'm still living in. So for 30-40 years I'm in the same house. So I was fortunate that I could buy a property by 1984, coming in 74, so in 10 years' time, it was not a problem, and had my own transport as well.
I came here to study. I went to college, then I had to work as well. So only clean job I could find is work in the buses. So I worked in the buses for some time until I finished my study. After that, I joined a bank.
First thing, I work at home, make a Bombay story, blouse, petticoat, like that. After that, 1 year, nearly 1 year or 10-20 months, I work in sewing factory. After that, I worked in clinic.
I went to Manchester University to train as to get qualified first Bangladeshi youth worker in north of England, and started youth work since 1983, and I've been in that field ever since.
When I came, there's already a burial society for the Bangladeshi people. At that time, there's no Bangladesh, Pakistan. They used to say the Pakistani burial society. Bangladeshi people that organized it.
In 1963, we formed a burial society in Bradford. I was one of the founder member, and our subscription was £1 and 1 shilling for a whole year. And with that money, we could bury here or send back home for free.
My experience has been positive, but I have heard a lot of stories where the 4 big banks were reluctant to even open an account for Bangladeshis, or if they had an account, lending money, mortgage was difficult.
People's first priority would be to pay for the rent and the mess, they call it bishu, that is the share of the food cost traveling, and some entertainment, and save almost more than half of the money and send it back home.
সব মানুষ বেশিরভাগ পোস্ট অফিসে পয়সা পাঠাইতো, ব্যাংকেও পয়সা পাঠাইতো। তা আমি স্পেশালি পোস্ট অফিসে চাকরি করতাম। এই আমাদের শুক্র শনি এই 2 বার এই দিন আমরা শুধু এই মানি রেডি করতাম বেশিরভাগ।
Prior to 71, obviously it was the Pakistani bank. After 71, we had the Sonali bank, and almost everyone sent the money back to buy lands, support their family, because they always had the intention they want to go back. So obviously it was important to buy lands, and that's what they did.
In 1972, I was asked by the Bangladesh government to open a Bangladeshi government bank in Bradford. That's what I did. I opened a branch in Bradford, in Manningham Lane, a bank called Sonali Bank.
The advice to the next generations would be do well in your school and extend your horizon and aim for the higher things. Not just limit yourself to opening a curry house and making money. There are other things than just selling rice.
I think we can say that in people always, whatever you are, with my experience, you got to take it easy. Whatever it comes, you take it.
So they must go for the education, the highest education they can get.
Education is very nice is now, and you know that before parent once when he's 16, parent once give up education and get a job. Now is every children is educated. I like this situation.
তারার লাগি পয়লা মেসেজ হইল তারা লেখাপড়া করতা এডুকেশন ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট ফর দ্যাম বিনো যারা কাজ করে এরারও এডুকেশনের দরকার। দিস ভেরি ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আমি আমার নেক্সট জেনারেশনের কাছে আমার ফার্স্টই রিকোয়েস্ট ওটা, আর তারা যেন বাংলাদেশে ভুলই না।
Be proud of your heritage, be proud of your Bangladeshi heritage, be proud of being British. You can have multi-identity. A young person, a Bangladeshi person will be Bangladeshi, will also be British, will also be a Muslim. And he has to have this, or she has to have this multi-identity and be proud of each component of his identity. And that's very important.